Hi. Ooh, little jump scare there. Maybe. Hey, Kristen. Happy Thursday, right? Where are all my mother duckers? Get all up in the chat. It's time to party. Rat, rat, rat. Ricka, ricka, rat. Look, I got a happy little duckling. He's nice and fed. Belly all full. Yes, he's so cute and adorable. But wait, is he a bunny? Wait, the bunny? Oh, he's a bunny. Or is he? Hmm. No, he's a duck. Quack, 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 quack. So, someone asked the last time, where did you get that? And I could have just looked on the tag. Dummy, dum, dum, do. So, this is from Curiosity Box. So, I don't know if that's a .com or something, curiositybox.com or whatnot, but that's where you can get it, and I'm sure you can get other ones too, but that's one of the famous like illusion things, isn't it? It's the duck, the however you see it, like the painting, you see a face, an old man, or you see something else. But yeah, it's an exclusive from Curiosity Box. You been fed? Yeah. Okay. You go over there and relax or take a nap or whatnot. But you are a duck. You will stay a duck. Okay, so how's everybody doing? It's Thursday, April what? 9th? 10:48, and it's still chilly out. I mean, it was super cold this morning when I stepped out of the house around 7. And almost Friday. That's right. Tomorrow, Friday. Anybody have any plans? Jump bags, good morning. I don't know if we have any plans. Nothing huge, but I mean, it's always an adventure when you live in the city. You step outside your front door and it's hello. So many things to do, so opportunities. Anything planned? No. Hello. Good morning, Salem. Esty. What up, what up, what up? So yeah, I guess lots going on. Maybe. Yes. Well, one thing that I was happy to see this morning while just dipping my toes in the mud of the X world is that our very own David Yannetti, Mr. Yannetti, is going to be representing the O'Malley, Mr. O'Malley, in his defense. Yeah. And I went and looked because immediately, I mean, he's a Boston police officer. So let's go ahead and say that. And as soon as the news came out, I mean, it was everywhere, that now he's being charged with manslaughter, because I mean, the deceased suspect opened up a woman's car, punched her in the face, ripped her out of her car, stole it, and then proceeded to go on a high speed. I don't even know, was it a chase or not? But I mean, first of all, you are dangerous enough to think that hijacking someone's car for what? I don't know. But you just assaulted somebody, stole their property, and then decided to go driving around Boston. We already have enough pedestrian strikes of people getting hit by cars, and this is a city. People are always crossing the street. And you hear all the time about people under the influence crashing into somebody. And I mean, I think it was like 2 days later that somebody, I don't know if they were going down the wrong, way of the street, crashed into a man that was just driving to work. Man driving to work, dead. So, whenever you decide to get behind the wheel, first of all, you should not be impaired. Second of all, you shouldn't be stealing that person's car. Third of all, you need to adhere to the driving laws, rules, safety. And our Boston police officer that was trained to serve and protect, make sure that the citizens here in Boston and visiting, whatnot, going to just people, that they are protected. And he pulled him over, and who knows what this erratic man has? Who knows? But he did have a rap sheet, and being let on no cash bail, when having these rap sheets, and then you're so surprised and shocked that now he goes and hijacks a car. And in this world now, you don't know what somebody else is going to do. And this man is just doing his job. He sees that a car has been hijacked and stolen, and he's chasing him down. And unfortunately, the percentage of, a suspect having a fatal consequence is factored in there. I mean, we see it all the time. If you just hijacked a car and a police officer is chasing you, there is a chance. So, number one, don't fucking punch an innocent person in the face and then take their car. Your percentage of being fatally shot goes up a little bit. Then you took that car and you're going to high speed throughout the city. Your probability of killing an innocent person just crossing the street, going to work, or even another person in another car, that percentage goes up. And then you're being chased by the police. Your percentages of this ending with you possibly being very, very hurt or possibly dying goes up. That's just the unfortunate reality now. And so now this man is being charged with manslaughter for doing his job. It sucks. It sucks big time that was the result. So he is now, he is now being represented by David Yannetti, Mr. Yannetti. And exactly. And it's infuriating. And the family of the deceased is going to have a press conference today at 11:30. And look, I am empathetic for that family. That is no way to lose a loved one. It's so difficult on all sides of it, because yes, you did lose a loved one, but what was going on in that loved one's life that, yes, you're mourning them, but you're fighting back now? Because now that he got caught again, and this time it ended with his life being taken. Where was his family when he was going down this wrong path? And yes, of course, everybody is in charge of their own actions. And he's a grown man, blah, blah, blah. It's just so complicated. I don't have all the answers for it. And I'm saying it all in real time too. So I'm going to say some things that you're going to be like, ew, you're so insensitive, blah, blah, blah. What about the woman that got punched in the face and now is going to have PTSD and probably doesn't even want to drive anymore? And she wasn't doing anything illegal. She was probably going to work. Erdy birdie, good morning. And what if she had a child in the back seat? Y- There's just, it's just yuck all around, yuck. So immediately when the GoFundMe went out, I right away, no hesitation, I donated. I support my Boston police officers. I have been advocating for them at City Hall because we need more of them. Whenever they come around my neighborhood, if I've had to make a 911 call, I make lots of 911 calls. And before you say, how dare you, when there's other important calls that can be coming through, I live in the city, okay? And I was even told by police officers and my own city councilors that you call 911. Don't feel that you're taking up valuable, you know, other calls or operators' times. They've got plenty of operators. Um, this isn't the first time. Well, thank you. That they have calls of all sorts. And it was told, especially when after the pandemic and they closed down Mass and Cass, all the tents and everything, then all of those people that were there, they dispersed out throughout the whole city because they didn't have that place to go to anymore. And we had, and we still do have people just shooting up in broad daylight. Like that. I mean, when you see a homeless person sleeping, it's like they're sleeping. I guess they couldn't get into a shelter or whatnot. Okay. But when you see them shooting up as if it's as casual of smoking a cigarette on the corner, really? And we're not going to say something? No, I am one of those people. And everybody should know this by now that I'm a loudmouth. I don't just brush things under the rug because they'll just keep doing it, thinking it's okay. Nobody said anything, blah, blah, blah. So I am a frequent 911 caller if I see those things happening. And yeah, I will say something to the person that's doing it. Like, really? Right here. I'm watching you. I see you doing it. And I'm sorry. If I'm embarrassing you, go do it somewhere else. It is the see something, say something. Oy, oy, oy. It's just, it shouldn't be as casual as smoking a cigarette. To have a needle, you're wrapping your arm around or you're wrapping your leg, and then you leave those needles. So I'm also a frequent 311 reporter. What you do is you take a picture of the needles and then you mine, I usually like circle it, like, you know how you can mark up a picture and you circle where it is because sometimes they'll call you back, be like, so where is it? Where is it? I've had enough of those calls where I'm like, I'm just gonna freaking circle it where it is in the picture. And they're really good at coming and picking up the needles. Because I guess there used to be a program too that if you pass in your dirty needles, You get clean ones back. I don't know. And then they stop that, and it's now the needles are everywhere. It's just Lee, I mean, it is great that they pick it up, but you're walking your dog or you're walking with your son, child, daughter, and you see needles. First of all, that makes you think somebody was shooting up right here, where we're walking right now. Then number two, somebody could get stuck by that needle, or even a dog when you're walking with your dog. And it just shows lack of respect. Like, we do so much in this neighborhood of trying to keep it decent looking, and I don't know. And it just gives you an ick feeling. Ick, yuck. Because, like I said, when I've been advocating for more police officers, because, like, they're working overtime, with not even getting, I don't know, paid enough for the work that they do. They put their lives at risk every day, and yeah. Yeah. It's a lot. And then trying to also, like, not only just push these addicts to the side, it's what can we do for them though too? Like, they need a place to go for treatment, and they shut down friggin' treatment on, I'm sorry, I'm just playing with my hair constantly. Blah blah blah. Um but yeah, on Long Island, shut that down. We're supposed to rebuild. Um the mayor of Quincy shut that down, blah blah blah. It just goes to show, like, are we caring enough about our own people, about humanity? Like, oh, it infuriates me because you've got all these shelters for immigrants and like all that, but we've got our own fucking people. Yeah, I'm saying own people. Our veterans, our daughters, our sons, parents on the streets shooting up because they became addicted, because maybe it was mental health that they didn't get services to deal with their mental health issues, so they turned to drugs, or they were over drugged out of hospital from an injury. And these are our people. Born and raised here, and we can't have treatment centers to help them out. Sometimes it just doesn't make any goddamn sense, and it just, yeah. Anywho, hi. Bump, 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 bump. Thursday. Yeah, yeah. And I'm a little disappointed. Women, like, we have a woman mayor and a woman governor, and they are fucking disappointments. Disappointments. So let's read one of our cynical affirmations, because that's the mood I'm in. People who can be depressed and anxious at the same time are the real multitaskers. Oh, depression and anxiety. Yeah, that combination. Depression and anxiety. Woo! Miss Jessica, you love to share that information. I've seen you say that before too. Yes. She's not even really from here. And that's why it really pissed me off. I voted for Anissa Asabi George, and she born and raised here, and she had what, triplets? Triplet boys and then another boy? She's a mom to 4 boys, and she was born and raised here? Don't be sorry. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, like, she knew of Boston, and she was all for the unions as well, and just for the workers of here of Boston. And I was so excited about her becoming mayor, because she's super fucking mom already. And her kids were going to Boston public schools, so she already knew about the school systems. And then in walks Wu, who, okay, yeah, you got a Harvard degree. Smarts doesn't make you also, like, with all well-rounded. That's the word. I have no idea what that means. Whatever you just Soros money. See, I don't know all about the shit. I just know the common sense shit. I do know about some of the stuff that was being called out about Anissa Asabi George as well, but I also know that Wu, she had political ties, where she, like, did favors for certain buddies in those political ties. I think it had to do with Walsh too. I just hate that shit. Like, it shouldn't be about who you knew before, and I worked on that person's campaign, so blah, blah, blah. What happened to just good old, like, merit? And then what do you stand for? And I don't know. But a lot of things in this city that I just makes me just want to throw in the towel sometimes, but I feel like a lot of people just do that, and then anyways. So yeah, at 11:30, so that's like in 20 minutes. I'd like to just check that out. Let's also let's check out a picture. Ooh. Holy shit. All right, so we have the picture of schizophrenia. And I am no doctor. No way. But I think there is some people on X that are possibly suffering from schizophrenia. And I'm not going to name any names. But when that happens, you block them. Just block them. Agoraphobia. Oh. A fear resulting from feeling trapped, or like there's nowhere to escape or no help. Ugh. Whoa. This is probably what I suffered from when I was a teenager. I don't know how to say it. It's Greek. Epistemo. Epistemophobia. Phobia. Epistemiophobia. Okay? Is the fear of knowledge. And this is the picture. Fear of knowledge. Yeah, I did not want to sit and just learn. I didn't. I didn't really like books and learning and study. They tested me for ADHD. You know, they take people and from your classroom and test you, and then If you have it, then you're like, I don't know, you get a special time that you're in a room to fix that or something. I don't know. It's different now, right? I mean, it's not, there's no real big stigma on it anymore, which it shouldn't be. Because do we want, do we want more of people like that don't get diagnosed with things than to become grown-ups and then they're still dealing with that? No, like get on top of it. It's called early intervention. Okay? Get on top of that shit when you're younger so that when you're a grown adult, you've taken care of that shit because you're going to have a lot of other things to deal with as well. So check off some boxes first before you become an adult out there in society where it's not going to be on top of your mind to take care of those things. You're going to have a lot of other shit to take care of. So take care of, like, I don't know, the basics, your foundation while you can early on. There's no shame. It's actually showing responsibility for yourself or for your children. Because guess what? Nobody's fucking perfect. No. Nobody's perfect. We all have our own quirks. We all have our own weaknesses. We all have our own little things that you can't ignore. And you most certainly can't block. Like some people like to block if there's just a mild criticism. I won't name that man in particular. And no, it's not Turtle Voice. I'm just trying to start shit. All right, so the fear of knowledge. No phobia seems to describe our current times better than this fear of learning and retaining knowledge. Yeah, you like to think you already know it all. You like to think that you've got things figured out. And so then now you're just going to like go and blab it to everybody and then shame them for their opinion on that. And you're going to shame them for not agreeing with what you think, blah, blah, blah. No, it's called being open-minded, hearing somebody else out. And I mean, after you hear somebody out and you still don't agree with them, that's fine. But you don't have to go and fucking attack them. Cognitive empathy. You don't have to be an asshole to everybody. There are times for that. So make them count. Okay. With so much misleading information and biased views sold as facts, it's almost as if humanity is afraid to learn or use their brains. Oh. Or you're just lazy too. Tell me what I need to think. Tell me what I need to feel. I wanted to create a piece that sums up the lack of learning by having the being ripping out its brain, because who needs it anyway? Right? Oh. Yeah, Salem. Don't start no shit. Won't be no shit. More money, more problems. Ugh. Fear of sleep or falling asleep. Good morning, Jen. Armor Up series. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. No promises. No promises. Wow. Wow, this is a profound book. For sure. Okay, get your pups around the phone or the television. We're going to read maybe just a page of Wolf. You ready here, all pups? Here we go, pups. Just a page for you. All right, so we ended that one. On to the next chapter. Gather around, puppies. Woof, woof. Woof. Woof, 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 woof. Woof, 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 woof. Till next time. Okay. The other thing is addressing FOMO, fear of missing out. FOMO, fear of phobia. What? I don't know. Oh, so to my first two members, they were the two members that on one day, both of them joined. And they made me so freaking happy. Your gifts were mailed. They're on your way. I do believe they'll get there on Saturday, is what they told me. So they were shipped and they're on their way to you. Enjoy. And thank you always. Thank you for being my first two members. Much appreciated. My love language too is gifts. Because who doesn't love a gift, especially when it's mailed? You know what I mean? But that's what I like to do. That's what I've always done for friends in this community as well, or anybody that I believe that would appreciate so much a gift. Because yeah, I'm not gonna lie, because I hate liars. I think it was this summer or in September. There was people that were reaching out to me, antis as well, when all the shit was going down, and I was basically like, I don't even know what the word would be, but wanted out of FKR, I guess. So some people that had experience with the people that did that, reached out to me and were very kind, had some good conversations, and I became wanting to know more, like wanting to know more about this person that actually reached out, was kind enough to just even have conversations and even listen to me, like, who's turd? What was I gonna say? Oh, I love you, Melissa, with one assassin. Oh, shut up and listen to Turd's music. Now I know who's Turd. Woo! Love it. Sorry, that was like girly scream, but whatever. So okay, so it was Twisted Tragedies, Elise. I know. Don't come for me. But yeah, I never said anything or did anything to the girl. I didn't know her. I just knew she was, considered one of the antis. And so, but after all that happened, when people reach out and they just want to make sure you're okay, or, anything like that, it's appreciated. It's truly appreciated. And then, just learning information that they have, She was doing shows, doing information about, her past, her experience, and I was interested. I wanted to hear about it. And I also felt her chat was a place I could go into without being told not to be there or hurtful words being thrown. Um, and I could. And so I went into her chat and um, she had an Amazon account and I looked through it and it really, really pulled at my heartstrings um, because she had clothes and pajamas for her daughter. And immediately, anything that had to do with her daughter, cart, in my cart, in my cart, in my cart. So go ahead, attack me, shame me, do whatever makes you feel good. But it made me feel fucking good to gift those things to her daughter. And you know what she at least did? She had her daughter make a little video to thank me wearing the clothes. And then she sent me a picture as well. I mean, some other parents would just be like, thanks, and like just move along. She had her daughter like do a thank you. So, I mean, I then was attacked and being like, see, this is who SD is like, okay, that's who I am. Um, at the time, I appreciated very much the content she was putting out because it was a place I felt I could communicate with people and then just get information on her experience because I never knew anything about her. So that's all. You want to make it a big deal? Make it a big deal. Unfortunately, when people started to then embrace Meredith and forgive her, take her side, it was a huge disappointment. And that's when I was like, well, now you're showing me what you're really about in all this because Meredith came out at all those people so hard under burners. And even people in Free Care and Read that are now supporters of Meredith, so disappointed. So disappointed because they know that Meredith made that Long Live Esther Reed account and was part of that whole ruining the celebration for me of Karen's acquittal and trying to ruin my summer. I don't know. I don't know what their agenda was or what they wanted to do. Hurt me, defame me, make up lies, and all the people that are now defending Meredith, they know that that's what she's done. And she's showing that's the type of person she is. I didn't do anything wrong to Meredith. I would never do anything like that to anybody. So for them to be all like, we got you, Meredith, blah, blah, blah. I can't like talk to those people now. And that's their choice of who that's their choice, okay? I don't know why, because that's just enabling more bad behavior. Um, but if they have their own agendas in it, okay. I I hate talking about all of this, but also, like, yeah, I'm well aware, like, I think a lot of people are, that, like, there was an RO hearing yesterday. Um, I don't know. If, like, I was getting an RO on a man, and if my father was still alive, I at least one of my parents would probably be there with me, right? Is this just me? Because that's a big thing. Like, you're so in fear of your life, and you want this person to have a restraining order against you. Where was your family? Or at least one member of your family? Like, she just had Jason Broyles there. I don't know, maybe it's just me. But I know that, like, that's pretty fucking serious. Like, I would have to probably, like, beg my mom not to go. Like, "No, I got this, it's fine." Um, Thank you. He passed when I was 19, and I didn't take it well. Put it that way, yeah. Um, I definitely didn't face it right away. Um, "You're not timed out, Erdy Birdie." No. I still see you. There's no mods here either. Um, what? Dry shampoo. I know, dry shampoo. I live by it. And it's not good for your hair to wash it every day, especially when you start to get of a certain age. Those oils help. So just put the dry shampoo in, rub it around, pump it up a little. But if you're also a person that's like, I just can't do the dry shampoo. You do you, girl. Okay. But yeah. Definitely. I mean, I went through a huge depression after my dad passed. After a while. It's 11:30. Alexa, stop. So let's go check. Let's go check the news for this conference. Because I want to hear what this family says. Especially with Yannetti now being there representing O'Malley. CBS 24/7 news. Refresh. They're live. All right, let's go. What the hell? I didn't do that. That's not me. That's them. We can see what you're doing, Channel 10.
Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, PCH country limit.
So this must be service, maybe?
Take me where I wanna visit. Are you alive? Or just breathing? Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, PCH
Are we supposed to be seeing this? What's happening?
Flashing red lights, driving at night, windowless ride, feeling
Oh,
alive,
that guy was a news channel guy or something? He had a microphone on.
Work as a guide to memories that we're making tonight. Oh yeah, we'll make it tonight. Yeah. I'll do anything that I feel like I
It's
will
fucking
never
sad.
do.
It really
I'm
is.
living life like I got nothing left to
Like
prove. No end in sight,
he didn't have to
just
die.
always staying on the.
But why did you punch that woman in the face and steal her car? All right, Channel 10, what's happening? I'm going to see on the other. Nicholas O'Malley. Hey, none of your business. Nice to see you. Like 10. Woohoo. A top 10. I don't know what's happening. We're in a church. This is a funeral? And there's news crew. Oh, they're going to do the conference in the church. Where's this church? Wow. Yo, yo, yo. And a cup of Joe. Yeah, I guess they decided to do the news conference in a church. Have you seen a news conference in a church before? I don't know. I could be lying. I could. Who knows? Who knows? You don't know? I don't know. We just don't know. Let me refresh something else. Ben Crump. I don't know who that is, but he posted Stevenson King Jr., 39, was shot 3 times by Boston police on March 11th and later died. Now the officer who killed him has been arraigned on manslaughter charges after investigators found evidence contradicting his account of the shooting. Stevenson King Jr. should be alive today. His family is now forced to carry the pain of a loss that should never have happened. The arrest and arraignment of the officer who killed him speaks volumes about the gravity of this case. The family deserves full truth, real accountability, and justice that is not delayed or denied. We will not stop fighting until they get it. Maybe Ben is the family attorney. Ding. Okay. Court paperwork said the manslaughter charge against O'Malley is for assaulting and beating Stevenson King when they knew or reasonably should have known that the battery endangered human life. Police reports also detail how O'Malley shot King 3 times, even though neither he nor his partner were in danger of being struck by his car, and King was not armed. How did they know he wasn't armed? You don't know until after the fact. And then after the fact, it's too late. O'Malley's attorney called the arrest election year tactics and defended his client's actions. So yeah, they're electing a new DA, and Rachel Rollins is, oh my God, I bet she's all on top of this, right? Rachel Rollins, she's running again. She was probably like, I better jump on this now. Oh my God, I can't forget, and somebody probably has it. All right, Nanya, I want to hear your voice. When you try to drive away and there's cops in your path, they will shoot. But in this case, the video allegedly shows he didn't need to shoot because there was a path for him to drive away. But do we want him to drive away? Do we want him to drive away and then a kid is crossing the street with his mom on the way to the grocery store or to the tea, and he fucking hits them and they're dead? The man is trying to get away from police officers, right? So he's going to be driving at speeds. He's going to be driving erratically, and we don't know if he's under the influence of anything. This isn't out in like the suburbs or out in the fields of Oklahoma. This is a busy city. So maybe it wasn't that like they were in fear of their lives, like that he was going to run over him. Oh, look, I don't know. Is the LA police really good at it? Why? He's a very good attorney advocate. Hello, Lorena. So good to see you here. Who's a good Yannetti, right? We're speaking of Yannetti. I'm really happy that he's defending him. I mean, this kind of comes full circle. That just hit me. I don't like the feeling I just got. Guys, think about that. No, I'm not getting emotional. Oh my God. It's just come full circle. He's now defending a police officer, a Boston police officer. Anybody else have full body chills right now? Jesus fucking Christ. Why did that not even phase me when that first came out? Yeah, it's crazy. In his office, United's office is like down the street from me. Boston police officers are the ones that protect and serve my city, and I'm gun ho on this. I'm all in. Let's go check while we're waiting on this. Cause come on, you say like 11:30, 11:40. What's happening? I just refreshed on something else. Nothing's happening. And of course, now I have to go pee-pee on the potty. I'm kind of freaking out right now. I want to see the GoFundMe page. $513,000. 513,000. That's how much people have raised. How long did it take to raise money for Karen to get to 500? I think it took like a year, didn't it? And this was only like a couple weeks. I think the people kind of have spoken a little. Yeah. Yeah. That's all going to Yannetti too. Take that 500,000. Not all of it. I mean, if the guy is out on no paid leave, I don't even know. Stop. Really? Yeah, listen, they're not all great. That's for sure. Um yeah, they're not all great. I even had a issue with people that came here when there was a man with a knife um right next to my door. A call in for an erratic man with a knife, and I went out to go see what was going on. Yep, that's me. I run when I hear erratic man with a knife. um and yeah, I took out my phone to film it because I always do update my neighborhood about what's going on. Like, see, more 911 calls. The more 911 calls, the more there is a record, a report of records on filed in there. You can't deny that. When the more the 911 calls, the more that neighborhood is then on the radar of needing more policing or patrolling. So I definitely wanted to get it on film. So I did. I went down there and filmed him. What is happening? Are we missing it somewhere? No, because now on a different page it's showing the same thing. So yeah, and I went down there and started filming it, and one of the police officers was like, "Ma'am, you can't do that." I was like, "What do you mean I can't do this? Like, I live here. I'm filming it." He was like, "You can't film that." I was like, "And why can I not?" And then one of the police officers that knew me and vouched for me and was like, "No, she's okay. Like, she lives right there, blah blah blah." And he was like, "Okay." Like, if that other police officer didn't step in and be like, "I know her, just it's okay, blah blah blah," like, you don't have a right to tell me I can't film this man. This man made the choice to take out a knife in public. Well, whatever he was going to do, who knows? So I get to film him. And this is out in the public. So shut your mouth. It would have been kind of nice to see where that would have gone. Would I have ended up in cuffs because I'm filming a man with a knife? Get the frig out of here. Look at that guy in the corner, though. What is he doing? Yeah. I got to go potty, and I just gulped down some more beverage. Exactly. Like, what the frig was that police officer talking to me about? And it was one that was like, the police officers that aren't in uniform, but like they've got a gun and the vest and everything, but like they're in street clothes. So it was like, F off with that. I can film, and I will film, like I have done countless other times. What really peeves me off sometimes is when police officers get a power trip and they say things that they just are making up to make it sound like it's a law or illegal when actually it's legal and I can do it. It's like, get off your power trip. Yeah, you do have a gun, blah, 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 but I'm not doing anything illegal. We're waiting. All right, guys, I'm going to run to the bathroom like real fast. I would put something else on for you, but I don't want to miss this if it all of a sudden starts. Oh, we have movement. Oh, we have movement. What does this mean? Okay, there's no ceiling fan. No fan. No fan in the church. We have a hand. We have a dude. What's up? No shave? You didn't okay. No heat in the church? Yeah. What's going on? Smile. You're on camera. Oh, that way. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'll be right back. Oh, there he goes. That was the same guy. He's going up. Are you taking your mic away because it's canceled? They decided not to? No, you're making. Oh, you're taking. Oh, did he get word that it's canceled? Channel 10, what's going on? Hey, tell us. Sir, Knicks? Are you wearing a Knicks knitting hat? Hello, we're Boston Celtics. What are you doing? What are you doing? What's going on? Why did he take the mic? All right, I'm going to run real fast. Okay, don't y'all go anywhere. Oh, there he is again. Did they stop the music too, or did he just turn it off? Oh my God, what's happening? Okay. You guys tell me if something happens. Are they canceling it? Oh, is he putting it back? He's putting it back. It's still on. All right, I'll be right back. I'm back. I feel so much better. I'm cold. Yeah, that's the problem with me. I'm annoying because I have a little bladder. Was I gone for so long? Too long? I'm sorry. I tried to go so fast. Um, I always have to pee and I'm always cold. I don't know if it was recently. I think it was a recent SNL. There was a skit where they did on it was a news segment and they did um It was girlfriend that's um always cold. Thank you. Is it crimped? No. It's just waved instead of straight. Um, I'm not big on like doing my hair and shit because I hate like the feeling of too many products. Um, I've always had stick straight hair, but I try to style it, but then I'm always like, heat to your hair, so bad to it. Oh, it's just so, yeah. I like trying to use like those heatless roll things. You sleep with them, you wake up, you take them out. Hair, man. Only on the head. Oh, and the eyebrows and the eyelashes. Hair anywhere else? No. You could just give yourself a whiffle. I don't know what a whiffle is. Um, but yeah, my nail salon also does a nice little waxing, if you know what I mean. Just wax everything off. Would I like a free haircut? No thanks. Um, my I oh, my hairdresser that I found, I loved him. He was my gay Justin Timberlake, and I he was just amazing. And then he got so big and so good, and everybody wanted him that he then moved to New York City, and now he's a big shot hairdresser in New York City. But now I found another lady, um, and she's on Newbury Street, and um, I gatekeep her because, yeah, it's so hard to find somebody that you really like and trust and is so good. And then, same thing with products. You find a product that works so good and so great, and then they discontinue it. Like there was this, what the duck? What is happening? Is it not happening anymore? Um, what was I gonna say now? Oh, sunless tanning lotion. Cause I was big. Oh, I was a big um uh tanning booth. That's what it's called. Um in high school. I started young, so stupid. I was so stupid when I was younger. So dumb. Did so many dumb things. But like I said, I always had to like I was just somebody that needed to experience things. Like and I didn't want to wait. Wait till you're older to do that. Oh, I want it now. Um so yeah, but thankfully I never did any hard drugs. Never anything that I would become addicted to because I didn't want. I was too much in control. I don't think this is happening. So I don't know what to do. Maybe I'll play. Ooh, because everyone is all, well, not everybody. There are some people that are like, I really like purple Kool-Aid. Anybody ever heard of purple Kool-Aid? The purple Kool-Aid man? Why don't you like him? Da da da. Purple Kool-Aid man has never liked me. Came at me. I went over him last time, didn't I? I think I did. And I didn't play you anything that he said or give you any examples of his um any examples of the spaces that he did. I think we're vetoing this. I mean, I guess I'll keep it on in the background, but I want to find it. I think I have like a whole folder full of them. Because when it was happening at the time, I could not listen. I was like, number one, why do I want to hear what a man that knows nothing about me personally, he just sees uh posts about me, um and then he's gonna go and like decide who I am, what I stand for, my morals, my character, everything. He's gonna go ahead and decide how he feels about it, and he's gonna put that out into the world. um there we go, we can do that. um so I was like, well, why would I want to listen to that? Because he's obviously not going to say anything that's true. He's not going to say anything nice. So why would I torture myself? And then second, like the way he yells about me as well. Like, wow, you're angry. Pretty sure I did not kill your dog. Pretty sure. But you are yelling and screaming as if I did. Oh, okay. Press conference time. Is it a press conference though? I guess they got the time wrong, the news, because 12. So I guess they were like, we're doing it at 12. Is it a sermon or press?
Welcome to Grant African Methodist Episcopal Church. We are excited and pleased today to be here for this press conference.
Oh,
And let us begin with a word of prayer. In the name of the triune God, we gather as one family, drenched in your eternal hope during this extended Holy Week after the resurrection of our eternal Lord and Savior Jesus the Christ, who astonished the world and commissioned incalculable witnesses to carry your message of hope on the pathway toward salvation and justice. In Acts 3, verse 11, the man who clung to Peter and John, the king, family, the church, and this community clings to this gifted, an anointed team of attorneys, Attorney Ben Crump, Mark Diller, and Alfonso McClendon. We are here as witnesses who not only pray, but in the iconic words of Frederick Douglass, we have come to pray with our legs, combining spiritual faith with action, demanding
Excuse me,
justice,
sorry.
transparency, and full accountability following the fatal police shooting on March 11th in Roxbury, Massachusetts. And so, Lord, cover this press conference, the King family, Attorney Ben Crump, and his legal team, and our local and national community as we witness your divine power at every turn of this journey. This is our prayer. We ask it in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
It gives me great pleasure today to present to you the lead counsel, Mr. Ben Crump.
Okay.
Thank you, Pastor Castro.
So the thing I read earlier was his attorney's
Into your cathedral.
statement.
I'm Attorney Ben Crump, along with Attorney Chance Lynch, Attorney Bruce Murray, Attorney Richard Gideon, and Finkelstein and Partners law firm. We have the distinct honor of representing the family of Stephenson King Jr. We have with us his father, Stephenson King Sr., his fiancee, Tina, his sisters, Ebony, Sabrina, and Alyssa, who are all present with us, and their other family members. We are standing here for a reason, because we want justice for Stephenson. Let me repeat that. We are standing here for a reason, because we want justice for Stephenson. We are standing here for a reason, because we want justice for Stephenson.
Okay.
Why are we standing here? Because we, like the prosecutors, believe that on March 11th, the Boston police officer O'Malley unjustifiably killed a citizen who lived in Boston, Massachusetts, a citizen who was loved by his family, loved by his community, and his life mattered.
Yes.
His family is one of law enforcement. His father is retired from law enforcement. He has other family members who are in law enforcement. They believe in justice. They believe in standing up for justice and the constitutional rights for all citizens. And they are going to talk with you at this press conference about who Stephenson King Jr. was. Stephenson struggled with mental health issues, and his mother died in 2009, and from that time to this time, you'll hear from his parents and his sisters about the challenges he had. And it's sad, Councilman Culpepper, that oftentimes when people in our community have mental health issues, they get redefined as criminal justice issues. And that's something that we have to deal with in a very real way. The fact that even the day of the tragedy, his family were trying to get him mental health intervention.
Like I said, mental health.
The fact that his father, on that very day, and he will tell you in his own words, had an ambulance come to the house and take him to the hospital. He then somehow got out of the hospital and went to another medical facility and told them that he needed medical intervention, that he had been assaulted. Obviously, there was some mental issues happening on that day that his family was desperately trying to get him help for. The fact that everybody that they said he seemed to be in a paranoid state. You hear his sister and his family talk about they believed he suffered some episodes of schizophrenia. But let it be known that just because you're having a mental health crisis doesn't mean you should be sentenced to death. And that police officer on the side of that street was the judge, the jury, and the executioner per his family. And all they want, all the community wants, is the truth to be revealed. They want transparency, because if we all can see what happened, we can all see for ourselves the truth. Councilman Worrell, it has always been about transparency plus accountability equals trust. And this is about building trust between law enforcement and the community. You know, it's often puzzling to us, Mr. Peterson, that when they have a video of somebody in our community doing something wrong or inappropriate, that video is released immediately. It's all over the news. But it seems to be when you have video of the police doing something inappropriate, then we just gotta go through a long, exhaustive investigation that could take months. I've seen it take years, and it's almost as if they try to suggest to us that there's something so complicated when the police is doing something wrong on video. And we reject that because we believe in equal justice under the law, that if somebody in our community do wrong and we have evidence of it, then they should be held accountable. Right. If there's a video and the police did something inappropriate and wrong, then they should be accountable and they should be arrested just like they would arrest and convict somebody in our community. And it should be transparent.
I'm so
It should be transparent.
torn right now. I'm so torn right now.
Met with the family and our legal team this morning, and we're very grateful to the district attorney's office trying to administer justice fairly. That's very important. That's so very important to building community trust, that they will have the courage, not political expediency, but they would choose courage to try to do the right thing by all citizens, by people who certain people would like to try to have a rush to judgment. They're trying to say, oh, because they charged the police as a rush to judgment. Well, wasn't it a rush to judgment when he shot and killed Stevenson King Jr.? We're not trying to ask for anything extraordinary here. All we're asking for is equal justice under the law. All we're asking for, if the roles were reversed and it would have been Stevenson King Jr. who killed the police officer, we want the prosecutor to do the same exact thing that we're asking him to do now, to administer justice fairly. We want everybody to understand that transparency is good for everybody. If the officer did nothing wrong, then we should be able to see it on the video. If the officer did something wrong, we should be able to see it on the video. Consequently, if Stevenson did something wrong, we should be able to see it on the video. Because transparency is good for all of us. It's good for the family, and it's good for the Boston Police Department. So we say to the mayor, the police commission, we say to everybody, all we're fighting for is equal justice. We shouldn't have two justice systems. We should have equal justice for every citizen. Is that so much to ask? Think about this, the fact that what the district attorney's office saw in that video was very revealing to them that they would charge the police officer. And that,
But did they see the video before they charged it? Okay. Of course, I want to keep watching this and stuff, but I need to. What about all the other? Hi, honey. Oh, I just picked it wrong. He was trying to drive away, not kill a cop, I believe. But this is reminding me. This is very much reminding me about just en route. Because I didn't know that this guy had just been at a mental institute seeking treatment. And then they let him out, and then this happened. That's the same exact thing that happened with just en route. So that's why I'm a little bit torn here. The thing is, if this man is suffering from schizophrenia and he also had other charges, a rap sheet, and being let out with no cash bail, like, maybe you shouldn't be in an outpatient treatment center. And you should be checking with parole. Like, there should be some ground rules for all of this. I mean, Kelsey Fitzsimmons, she had to blow into a machine to check her alcohol level. And it's wow. And you let this man out that clearly has mental health issues, is schizophrenic, and you just let him out into the streets. And then he ends up in this situation. Why, instead of going to the exact immediate thing that happened right at the end, take it back, see what led up to all that? I mean, you let this man out knowing all this. I mean, what about he's talking about accountability and stuff. What about the treatment centers? Are they not to be held accountable for knowing that certain people are suffering? This now reminds me. Oh my God. I am so fucking itchy now. I'm just itching everywhere. This is not sitting well with me. Like, I'm lost for words. I mean, friggin' yeah, the woman that just Lindsay Clancy, that mental health facility let her down too. Are we going to try to say there's not enough beds for these people? But there's enough beds for illegals coming in and needing hotel rooms? If we cannot trust the people that have these mental health issues to not do something as dramatic as take a car and then get in a situation where a police officer has to make a split second decision on whether to use lethal force or not, maybe that person should not be let out in society. I'm so tired of it too, Greg. There's people among us that are not mentally okay, and we can't go back and try to fix what wasn't fixed to begin with. But there's always now, there's always in the present. Eek. I mean, and then something awful happens. A life is taken, lives are taken. Lindsay Clancy took the lives of her own children when she shouldn't have been around them. She shouldn't have been let out of any treatment center when she wasn't okay. And now we're hearing more information that Stephenson King Jr., he was suffering from mental illness, schizophrenia. And I guess he wasn't medicating himself, staying on top of his medicines, and then the treatment center just lets him out. It's very that's playing roulette with all lives involved. It's playing roulette with society. And now he's dead. And now an officer has that. Number one, he took a life. That's on him. I'm sure that's going to eat him up for the rest of his life. It's not really locking them up. Like this, if you're in front of a judge and you've committed a crime, which he has a rap sheet, so he did. He committed a crime and they let him out on no cash bail. You should also be looking into his mental health issue. Is there any mental health issues? There is. He suffers from schizophrenia. Is he taking his medication? Well, maybe instead of no cash bail, he needs to be in a treatment center for a while until he can show that he can consistently, reliably take his medication. Oh, there's not enough beds. Oh, the treatment, he doesn't have health insurance for it, blah, 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 blah. But we can open up all of these shelters for immigrants. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm just thinking about our people that are born and raised here that are now killing each other, and mental health, where then people end up on the streets shooting up because they can't get the services they need for the things up in here that are fucking them up. Well, this one did. His attorney even said that day he was at a treatment center getting treatment. It's a lot, and that's probably why no changes happen, because there's always blame pointed at other people, and then other people don't want to take the blame. They don't want to take the accountability, because then that means they have to admit that they have done something wrong. And until somebody admits that something has been done, something's been done, nothing will get fixed until somebody actually just admits it to then have it fixed. And God damn it. Look, everybody deserves a defense too. I mean, Nicholas O'Malley, he's raised enough money to then get legal counsel, and he has hired David Yannetti. And David Yannetti, his job, his career, his talent is defending his clients. And everybody is entitled to a defense. Everything about this is unfortunate. There's also people that are pushing certain agendas for their own political gains, because there is an election coming up for DA. Oy vey. Okay, so let's change subjects, because this has gotten me. I mean, I'm just watching this in real time with you guys, and I guess I'm on the fence right now, because empathy comes in. I didn't know this man was suffering mentally. Being schizophrenic, I can't even imagine. There's not enough police officers that are trained to even. And look, the police officer didn't know that either. It's not like he's gonna run up to the car and be like, yo, you suffering mentally? You don't, it's not written on his forehead. He just knows a woman was hijacked. That guy has the car. If he's not stopped, and he made a split decision on using lethal force. Yes, manslaughter. Oh, I mean, can they call real quick? You don't even have the guys' names. You can't even call. It's hard to be sure. I listen, I can't even imagine what it's like to be a police officer. How can you make sure too when it's all happening so freaking fast? How do you make sure? It's not even his car. You can't call in the license plate or registration or anything. A man punched a woman in the face, took her car, and you're hearing over your walkie-talkie or radio, car hijacking, victim punched in the face. All right, this is a very triggering, debatable, Yeah. This is a tough one, guys. It's tough. It's tough. With Just En Route, he already crashed the car and was already shot once at the treatment center. So he was shot, he got in the car, and he drove away fast, obviously. And then he ended up crashing his vehicle into a tree, not into anybody else. I mean, he did put other people in danger, but as soon as he got out of the car, an off duty nurse went over to him because he was hurt and he wasn't a danger to anybody anymore. He was laying there, shot, and then suffering from injuries from his car crash. And the police ran up on him, told the nurse to get away, and then they emptied 30 plus bullets into his body. So now that I think more on it, that was totally different. Completely different. They executed Just En Route. And he was already injured. He wasn't a threat to anybody. And he was suffering from mental illness. On Just En Routes, they turned off the body camera. All I know is they're hiding a lot. And hopefully, when a new DA gets elected, they'll be able to look more into Just En Routes. I know that Jen is never, ever, Just En's sister, is never going to stop fighting for her brother. And I commend her wholeheartedly for that fight. She puts every single day she wakes up fighting for her brother. And every day she probably relives it. And every day she probably feels that to those police officers and to DA Morrissey and everybody connected to that, she probably feels that they think her brother's life was meant nothing because he was suffering from mental illness. Woo! I don't know why. I'm just so emotional right now about it. I mean, I have a brother too, and I could not imagine what she has to deal with waking up every day and still feeling like nobody cares. Ouch! Like, you know how you're trying not to cry and you get that pain in your throat? Wow. I think I'm also a little emotional about it too because I have been wanting to fight and give more to Jen Root for her brother, but after all of this, I had to step away from a lot. I can't get involved in something like Karen Reed again. I can't. But I ugh. I commend her so much, and I do think about it a lot. And I know her fight is going to pay off because she's never going to stop. Just like your love for a sibling never stops, whether they're here on earth or not. It'll happen. We all know his name now, many of us. She's put her name, or she has put his name out there for all of us to know and for his story. Is there more to that? And I'm so sorry. See, you are the people that need more support because it's not anybody's fault that you then become an addict. I have huge empathy for people that suffer that way. She was found in a break room at the post office on State Street. 12 cops had guns pointed at her. Because they're not trained. They're not trained to handle mental illness. Because it's, I don't know. There needs to be more training on that. And I do remember city council talking about that they did open up a department for that. Thank God I got the section as she went to mental hospital for 3 months and recovered. Yep. Probably the hardest thing you've ever had to do too, right? Putting your own baby, sectioning your own baby. But you know that that was the only way to save their life. You did the best thing, Mama. That's love. Sometimes the hardest thing is making the hardest choices. But it was either that or, yeah, who knows if she would have had a mental breakdown and then you get a call that a police officer made. Yeah, they made a choice to handle it lethally. Because you never know. I mean, that's even a mom of a child at my age. I still worry about that stuff too. And it's, yep, would have been dead or in the jail. Exactly. That's why enabling behaviors, as much as you just want to love them the way that people think that loving them is giving them things and making them happy and making them comfortable. No, loving them also means making the hardest decisions that are going to feel like you are hurting them in the worst way. But then down the road, you actually saved their life and then saved other people's lives around them. This man that shot King Jr. has had his world turned upside down too. Thank you for sharing that story, styling here. Thank you. Because there is hope. I mean, I hear you, Nunya. It's tough. It's so tough. Nobody has the right answers. I certainly do not. I am just having reactions in real time from I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a sister, I'm a daughter. I'm a citizen living in Boston. And we're all just trying to make sense of this, right? We're all trying to support in what we are passionate about, and we're all just trying to wrap our heads around it. And we all have empathy, hopefully. I mean, there are a lot of people that go around life with absolutely no empathy for anybody. But there are a lot of people in this free care and read movement that are suffering from mental illness. And I believe nobody's really helping them. You're watching it. You're not really helping. Because seriously, Meredith, where were your parents? I don't know. I'm a mess right now. But if I was at an RO hearing, fearing for my life, wanting a restraining order from somebody that I was in a relationship with and intimate with, you best believe my mom would show up. My mom would be there. And if my dad was alive, he would fucking be there. Maybe they know. Maybe they don't want to enable this. So, remember last time? We're going to move along. Holy shit. This was some tough shit. This was some heavy shit. I'm feeling icky and yucky, but that is what you need to do. You need to go through this icky, yucky stuff. Or else you're just going to bury it down until one day it just comes out exploding in ways that where you're going to have to say a million cajillion apologies to a lot of people. So talking it out, yeah. Everybody's family has some things that are going on. Everybody's dealing with their own shit too. Trust that. And the way that some people handle their shit is they attack other people about it instead of placing whatever you're dealing with in the hands of the proper people that are professionals, or just your girlfriends that you just want to vent to. Go out, have a girl lunch. You don't even need to have alcohol because sometimes that's not the answer either. Have a girl lunch, talk your shit, let it out. And hopefully you have good girlfriends that are like, that might not be really like serving you well to do that. I wouldn't do that. Okay? And then just have some comedy in it. Just don't take it so seriously. Have some sarcasm, blah, blah, blah. Put on a good chick flick. Cry your eyes out on the chick flick. A good cry always helps. And then what always helps is that fun little toy that you have in your drawer next to your bedside. Okay? It doesn't harm anybody else. It helps you. It helps with depression. It helps with release. Being by yourself. Loving yourself. It's just facts. That just, I know the rehab is for your condition, but how you just came in there with that was oh, she's doing it for her pulmonary stuff, people. It's not that other type of rehab. No shame in that other type of rehab either, though. But the way you just came in with that. So yeah, let's talk about purple Kool-Aid, because the last time I was telling you about the spaces that we had. It was Lacey. Lacey held the spaces. She was interviewing the glare, and then I don't know how this topic came up, but a woman called Not That Dina came in to talk about purple Kool-Aid, I guess, because Lacey used to hold spaces with purple Kool-Aid. And I'll just play it because it got into what had been going on. And for context, I had no idea that Nurse Kim had also been dealing with purple Kool-Aid, until she came on the spaces and told her side. I was like, oh, because all I know is he started like bashing on the boots on the ground, the people that lived in Canton. And I wrote a reply to his post defending them. And yes, see, guys, it's for her lungs. I knew that. But yes. And so that post defending them is where he hated me from the get-go, but this is what solidified it for him to then be like, yeah, this SD girl, she's my target. She's my target. I'm going to take her down. One day it will happen. And over the summer, he had his chance. It was served right to him on a platter, and he just ate it all up. Mwah, 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 and he just went for it. So here we go. And I think I can turn up the speed too. Oh, I got to share it first. Tell me you're gonna go to rehab. I say no, no, no. Where is it? Oh, here it is.
I love the Monty.
Not that Diana.
Not that Dina.
Sorry.
Hi, Dina. How are ya?
Hi, how are you?
I
Hi,
put
not
it
that
on
Dina.
1.5.
Hi, sweetheart. I love the Monty and Hannibal, just so you know. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
It was wonderful.
I'm glad you liked it.
It was, oh my God, it was so much fun. Yeah. I actually had to watch it over like last night and today just because I kept missing stuff because I was doing stuff. So thank you. But I wanted to touch base on Orange Kool-Aid Drinker.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So he put up a post about a bunch of people going on to Sean's show.
He used to be called Orange Kool-Aid Drinker. Now he's Purple Kool-Aid Drinker because his other channel, or his other account got suspended because, well, you can all take a guess why.
Yeah. And he was very harsh, and I understand where he was coming from, and he got a lot of backlash for it. And he
We're talking about Orange or Sean?
Orange,
Okay.
because he said that like everybody that went on there were like scumbags for going on Sean's show, and with Rita saying that she was reaching out to Courtney Proctor to try to like calm things in the town. And he everybody was like, well, you know, she's just, oh my God, the fucking dog's gonna go off now. Sorry.
They always do, right when you get on here. Yep.
So I felt kind of like, yeah, maybe his words were kind of harsh, but at the same time, Courtney Proctor was texting with Michael Proctor saying that they hoped Karen killed herself.
Yeah.
And you know, Rita, I can understand that she's trying to like make peace in the community.
Okay. So yes, someone texting with their police officer brother, about hoping that Karen kills herself. How? Yeah, okay, that's an awful thing to say. Awful thing. And we also know that Courtney Proctor had done and said a lot of awful things. Okay. She is, I don't even know her. I don't know her personally. I do know that she said horrible things. But again, they're words. And she's not going to church every Sunday and praying for that to happen. She expressed that in a text with her brother. Gross, horrible, don't like it. But is then the whole town of Canton supposed to hate Courtney Proctor? And if they see each other, like, I don't know. But oh no, I haven't started watching that. No. But thanks for the recommendation. Always love some shit reality TV shows for sure, especially when there's so much other fucking stuff happening in the world. But uh yeah. So by Rita expressing that, she just wants to, you'll hear me. I jump on this um spaces to say how I felt about it too. And I say the word coexist as if like, oh, I don't know, as if it's like the best that word you need to keep saying, and I get paid every single time I say it. So obviously I ramble on. I'm rambling on right now. I always ramble on. But I don't know. And then the way to like shit on Rita, this was when Rita like stopped showing up and for Karen's hearings and all that. And so she's already like removed herself from that. And then she wanted to focus on rebuilding Canton because that's the town she lives in. She had done a lot for the movement and she decided it wasn't for her anymore. So she already had to deal with all of that. And then she's just rebuilding her town. And then you want to come at her now again because she went on Sean's platform, a platform from Sean because he also was like born and raised in Canton and knows about there, and they felt comfortable on his channel. And I guess this was like coming off the outskirts of um Sean's Manic Monday, or I can't remember what it was called. Sorry. I know some of you guys love that and can't get enough of his whole stream. But yeah, we'll continue listening. But I mean, I guess I understand her point, but then it's also like, why are you taking this so to heart? Courtney said that about Karen. Is she planning her murder? Is she praying at church? No Mercy Monday. I don't know why I can't keep remembering that, but thank you. But yeah, I don't know. You got to keep holding on to that because she said that in a text to her brother. I mean, she did other things like contacting people's work and stuff. That was awful too. But we've all said horrible things. I think I've said, I don't even know. All I know is Rita was trying her best to put her town together, coexist, not having to worry about bleach balloons or her head on a swivel. And freaking Dennis Sweeney was on there, and I think Whitey or other Canton residents. Ugh. Anyways, let's continue. while I continue, I'm gonna go run to the bathroom again. Fucking bladder.
This is not a person you make peace with. That's not acceptable. That's not redeemable. That's not okay on any level. And so even though Orange Kool-Aid Drinker, who is very active on Twitter, was a little harsh, I really feel like he deserves a little less shit, because that bitch should not be like just readily back accepted into life, even if Rita wants to make these things nice and good and everybody's happy with each other. I don't get it. What are your thoughts?
I'll jump in. Have you been to my spaces before?
Never.
Okay, so he and I usually at least once a week we shoot the shit, because he is like he is so much more I don't even want to say outspoken, but we play well off of each other. He has his qualms, I have mine. And I can see him using strong words. I can see people reacting to that. I did not see this actual post. When was this?
This was only like 2 days ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm shocked that
Well, I
you
mean,
didn't
he's
see it.
still posting.
Oh yeah, yeah, but he does a lot of sports stuff, and I'm not into that. And not for
The
nothing.
Ravens, Ratbirds. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a bit of a dick, but that kind of attracts me. That's why I like Will.
It tracks. It tracks.
Right. So that's why I like Aiden too. But and I don't have to agree with everything everybody says, but with this particular post, there was just like so much shoot back. I really hope that you take a second and look back at it, because he put it up. He put the pictures up and everything of all these people on Sean's show, and he was like, these fucking scumbags and blah blah blah, and everybody just leaned into him so hard, and they didn't seem to catch. I mean, people from here, we just kind of do things a little different. We're not like shy. It's like when somebody put up something about Nurse Kim, sweetheart. She put up something about people getting bullied. I'm like, I was born in '72. That shit just, we lived off it. It didn't work for us. I mean, bullied is what else?
The lady speaking right now, she's called Not That Dina. I do remember her from watching The Glare all the time, and she would call in. She named herself Not That Dina because of Dina Warshell. And whenever there's two of somebody with the same name, they always make a note of the other Mary B. and Not That Dina.
That's just how we lived. And with him, he's just like straight up, this is how it is. And I don't always agree with him, but I didn't disagree with him on this. I wish you would just check it out. It's like two days back, maybe a day and a half. It was good. It was good.
Did you see this, Will?
Do what?
Excuse me?
I'm sorry. I asked Will if he had seen it.
No, I have no idea what this is.
I figured I would pull it out. I sent him a message, Kool-Aid, saying, "Hey, if you want to jump in here, now's the time." I'll have to go back. Well, now while we have you on the speaker, Will.
Yeah, I don't understand like why he needed to like screenshot them on Sean's channel and then make a post calling them scumbags. Like, I don't understand, like, especially when we're supposed to be focusing on Karen and supporting her and like getting the word about her innocence out there, and then somebody in this movement decides to then attack the same people in it. Like, what's the purpose of that? Like, why?
What are your thoughts about Sean? I know it took a while. We were all pulling for Sean to not let us down, I feel like.
I mean, he had the title of being former DEA, and he kept talking about having sources, and he's never predicted anything. He's never, and this stuff was like whatever, but then he started lashing out against like Karen and Turtle Boy, which is just weird. And that didn't make sense, and it just showed what he was in it for, when that happened and you see what he's in it for, you just kind of look at it and go, well, this guy never came to Massachusetts. He never shared Karen's, defense fund, never did really anything for anybody except himself, and just blew a lot of this sweet, amazing person that you get along with, and that you're sitting there having these fantasies about having tea and shit. Like, people are crazy. Like,
hey, wait. Well. Can hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. I'm getting like this is like the fourth message I've gotten that we people can't hear you who messaged me. Do something really, really quick. But I was listening. Will, do you remember where you were? I'm sorry. Yeah.
You know, that's how I feel about it.
Okay. So I am hearing, or I'm reading SD's comment. The people that Sean had on his show are my people. So I very much disagree rather, with Orange's comment. They are boots on the ground and living in Canton, experiencing the threats and abuse on a daily basis. So I'm not cool with Orange's comment at all.
That I agree with. Like, I'm
not able to find this shit. That's what I was trying to look at.
I agree with SD in that sense. If there's anybody who I support 100% above and beyond anybody, it's the people who go out there and have to live in that corruption every day, and stand up to it. Those people, I will always have my respect.
So I don't know if you know this.
Yeah. So why would a man that lives in Baltimore, that is not in this, not experiencing this, in the safety of your own yard, your own property, having bleach balloons thrown onto it, and the police aren't going to do a goddamn thing about it, no investigation, they don't care. There's going to be nobody held accountable for that. What's going to happen next? Wouldn't you want to put in a little bit of effort in being like, look, we shouldn't be, as neighbors, like as people living in the same town, doing this to each other? Like, we can have difference of opinions on this case, and I don't know. All I know is in that moment when that was happening, I was like, these are the people that I go to standouts with. I have gotten to know them. I care about them a great deal. And then for somebody that doesn't even live here, that is not even experiencing what we're experiencing, calling them scumbags just for going on a show and saying that they want to coexist with people in their own town. Like, I could not say something.
But my career has always been in the area of politics, and I started out young in campaigns, and there is no greater, it's almost, I don't want to say it's thankless, because it's really not. It's fucking signs don't win can living there that are going out in like sub-0 degree temperatures. I'm assuming because it's cold as hell. That made no sense, that metaphor, but it's really cold in Ohio. So I can only imagine it's really cold in Massachusetts. With that being said, I guess I'm not really aware of who the comments were directed towards, but regardless, like we can't give up on our people that are willing to put themselves out there, like boots on the ground. Those are the people that keep the wheel going. So
yeah. And they had already been through trial 1. Like, this was going on to trial 2. They had already been through it. And been through the cold, the hot, like all the standouts, all the town council or town selectmen meetings. They had been through it already, and now we're going into it again. And then, like, this whole fundraiser happens where, Rita, through everything she's done, and even like the Sweeneys and stuff, they were just looked over. Like, I mean, I feel for her. I feel for them. And after all of that, like all through what they did for trial 1, and then another Karen Reed supporter screenshots their faces and calls them scumbags. I went to the last one. The first one they had, like, why would I be invited to the first one? I wasn't like boots on the ground for the first trial. I went to the last day of the last hearing, before the first trial. I went to the first day of the first trial, and then I couldn't go there every day. My child wasn't of the age to come home and be alone. So I couldn't be there. But I watched it every single day. And somebody even asked me, like, after the first fundraiser happened, they were like, we heard that you were invited, but you didn't go. I was like, why? And I even wrote that to her. I said, why would I be invited over you? Like, that makes no sense. Like, why? And I was just like, that's going around. That's a rumor going around. Like, what? Right, I know. Nope. The second fundraiser that happened, yes. And that wasn't anything that I had anything to do with. I got a text and was asked by Karen herself, am I just supposed to ignore that text and be like, no, Karen, I'm not going to your fundraiser, and I'm not going to invite 10 people for you. You want me to do that? No. Sorry, Karen. We were on trial for murder, and I'm not going to help you. Really? Anyways, we keep getting off sidetracked, but I'm just like, people that are so quick to judge and just think, and just think that they know, and like, by making one choice to go on a show, you call them scumbags.
May I interrupt really quick before I have to?
Absolutely,
I'm
please
sorry,
do.
just before I have to go out to the frozen tundra to take my
No,
chihuahua out.
please do.
So really quick, I do agree that his words were harsh. I do agree that these people are doing God's work by being out there and actually standing beside, having the courage of their convictions. But at the same time, as much as I like Rita, her connecting with Courtney Proctor is inappropriate. That woman does not deserve any of our time, not Rita's time, not anyone's time. I can understand her wanting to bridge the gap and make the peace, but that woman actually suggested in text that we all read, all saw, that Karen should kill herself. And that's not okay. That's just not okay. And she doesn't deserve any grace. That's between her and God, not between us and her. And that's just what I got to say.
Has she come out? Has she come out and said anything about that? Like, has she apologized at least?
No, why would she apologize? Courtney Proctor? No. This Spaces was January of last year. I think it says it there, doesn't it? Up there. January 9th, 2025. Okay.
Nothing.
Courtney Proctor?
Courtney, no.
Yeah.
No.
I'm just trying, guys. I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, but she's not really giving herself any.
She was calling people's work and trying to get them fired.
Yeah.
She was.
I thought her name was Liz.
No, that's the wife.
Yeah, I could
Courtney.
be wrong.
And that's why people should not be given grace by us. Not when they're calling for somebody who is factually innocent.
Okay, not by us. So not by you. Why can't the people that live in Canton do what they want to do to not have their head on a swivel in their own town? I just didn't understand it. I didn't understand why trying to hurt people like that were just trying to do what was best for them in their everyday lives. I couldn't imagine having vandalism done to my own property and knowing that the police officers weren't going to give a shit. So nobody was going to be caught. Nobody was going to be held accountable. And you don't know, like, they could go and do it again or even up the ante and do something even worse.
To kill themselves because it would be easier than going through court with her. That woman is, she's put up with so much shit. And I'm so sick of fucking poor Karen going through this crap. And I just don't think anybody who has had any influence.
And the word poor Karen hated whenever we said anything about poor her or I feel so bad for her and blah, blah, blah. She did not like that. I mean, not that Dina didn't know that at the time. Okay.
Even if they live in the town, has any right to go after her at this point. And fuck them. And I got to take the dog out and go fight coyotes. So have a wonderful night. And I'll be listening
Thank
to you
you
when I
so
come
much for
back.
being here. Will you please come back again?
Yeah.
I would love to talk more.
Well, as long as you do it early enough so that I'm not like knocked out because I got to get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning and let the dog out again. So yeah.
No problem.
Absolutely.
No problem.
Well, good to see you looking good. You're all sharp and clean and pretty. And you guys have a great night.
Good night, not that Dina.
You do the same. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, I see one of the people I love in here. I just threw her a mic. If she wants to take it, I'm sure she knows who she is. Thank you, Esty, for sharing that. That was very, very helpful. Oh, Esty's speaking. Hey, girl.
Hey, hi. Yeah, so I did have to just jump on. The other stuff I just didn't want to give any more time to. I think the recording that Aiden played on the show pretty much spoke for itself. I don't want to give it any more time and even talk about that stuff anymore. But this stuff, yeah, I'll jump in with. And no, I totally understand not that Dina, her anger towards that, but what I feel is that people need to actually see what or hear what Rita spoke about, her interaction with Courtney. And because you're not there, you're not in Rita's position, you're not living in Canton, you're not having to deal with bleach balloons on your
I'm not there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And nobody is. It's Rita. I think what she was getting at is that she just wants to coexist. She is not saying that she is forgiving what she said about Karen at all. She's not brushing it off. She's not forgetting it. She just wants to coexist in the same town and be able to live her life without having to look behind her back. She wants to focus on rebuilding Canton because that town is just it's horrible. It's just it needs to be rebuilt with people that have their public interest.
I'm so bad with words.
Yeah, their best interest in mind.
Yep. So that's to say, because Rita has done a ton, and I think because she's no longer out there and you're no longer seeing her, people are kind of forgetting that. That's just my perspective. It might not be true, but I'm thinking that
You clever.
just because of this one thing that she said, it's coming off as like that's her stance now, that she's on their side forgiving people. Not at all. Like she just wants to coexist with people and
coexist
instead of them being angry with her, she wants them to listen to her as well for their town. So
okay, well, this has all been I'm not gonna lie, you guys, like I said earlier, I came back with the Vegas virus. So I have done nothing but sleep and let my dogs out and feed them. So I have indeed missed out on a lot, and apparently this is one of those things. But wow, this is wild, and
yeah, Sean doing a show about it. Yeah, we all have questions about his real intentions
motives
and stuff, but
yeah,
he does have a platform, and the people living in Canton in that town he offered it, and they've accepted it, and that is their right to do that. And if that's their way to get their voices heard and to come together and be able to share their experiences and let it be known that they want to work to rebuild their town, and that's more power to them. You shouldn't crucify them for doing what is right for them. You're not in their shoes. You're not experiencing what they're experiencing. So
I appreciate you bringing that up. I don't know if you caught my interview, one of many, with BLT. And I straight up told him, I was like, you made me realize that I needed to get my ass to Boston if I'm going to talk so much in.
Exactly. United we stand, divided we fall is all I always say.
Pardon me?
United we stand, divided we fall.
Yeah, it's true. And
I see Kimmy.
I just sent her a speaker. Hi, Kim. How are ya?
Hi, lovies. Hi, guys. I'm so sorry you don't feel good, Lacey. I just wanted to bop on real quick. That was incredible, Esty, what you said. And just oh God, this is me on the phone. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on.
If you guys aren't talking right now, please hit the mute button so that we're. Is that better?
Okay. All right. So, like, yes. And I understand that if everybody, feels a specific type of way about what Sean on the Gulf did, I watched it. I'm not a member. I just watched it and I sent a super chat, if you will, that was heard.
Oh my God, how dare you?
I did. Well,
oh my God.
And you know why? I did, babe.
All right. So I guess Nurse Kim, as she said, she sent a super chat during when the Canton residents were boots on the ground. Canton residents was on Sean McDonough's stream, and I guess Nurse Kim got a lot of shit for that too. Which it's just really. And yeah, I do have the screenshots of Kim's reactions to Purple Kool-Aid coming at her over many things, but this Sean McDonough was one of them. But I'm not gonna share, because what made her say the things she said back, I can imagine, is because what he said was probably even worse, because even Aiden admitted it on his show last night. He says the things that Purple says, I would never even say. He does push it, and he does. And you know what? That was kind of like a breath of fresh air to even hear Aiden say that. And to know that he even has lines that he won't cross. Like Purple saying that, a certain woman, her daughter's going to grow up to be a whore just like her. And posting her address where her daughter resides and saying that you've spoken to their landlord. Like, why? And I'm not defending this. This is also something that he comes at me about. Oh, Este's defending Obach. Even if it was somebody else, I would also be speaking up. And why do you have to put the word defend as if that's like something bad? I'm speaking up to saying I don't agree with that, and that's horrible to say. It is nasty. But that's the content he is about. That's the content he puts out. And that's the content that his viewers enjoy. Ew. Ew. But whatever, right? It is what it is. All right, let's continue.
Babe, it's because I'm seeing Brenda, I'm seeing Dennis, and I see friggin' Rita.
I know.
She's got her eyes welled up.
I was totally gonna troll that stream, and I saw that that Titus was on there. I love that guy, and I was like, nope, I'm not doing that. Sean gets a pass. He gets a pass, and I left it alone. But I didn't watch it.
And you know what's just so
watch it though.
Well, I did. Well,
see, they get it. Nurse Kim, the glare. They see certain boots on the ground that they respect. And even if they don't like Sean McDonough, and they don't like the fact that Rita, even though Dennis is on there and Titus is on there, Rita made a comment about Courtney Proctor. So you're going to call all of them scumbags? I just...
Well, and I was just thinking to myself, though, at the same time.
I want to be clear. I was joking and being sarcastic, but I was like, oh my God. Like, I mean, yes, like, so what? You showed Sean some support for doing something nice. Great. Awesome. Good for you. I'm glad you did that. I don't know why people are giving me shit.
Well, at the end of the day, they're allowed to, and that's their choice. But at the end of the day, Sean was my friend. Okay.
There you go.
I am not friendly. Currently it's not like, easy fire or anything, but am I going to show support to Canton? Am I going to show support to boots on the fucking ground?
Why would you not?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Of course.
All day.
I agree.
And you know, so just for me, if you think that I'm a turncoat or anything of that nature, that's your absolute perspective. But I'm listening to Nathan Reed, who told me he needs everybody.
Yeah.
Everyone.
I mean,
and I'm going to support everyone, and not in a way that I'm going to lecture on. Him and I are not well. The last time that we had some difficult interactions with one another. But at the end of the day, I do support Rita. I support the Sweeneys.
Yeah.
And to the other people who I didn't know, I did want to say, hey, I hope that there is trust, public safety, and rebuilding in Canton, Massachusetts, because I give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, those are the people that when I started following this, they were out there. I felt privileged to even get to talk to them. So, Tom being out there consistently, through him and having his camera, having his phone out there documenting the outside of the courthouse every single time there's these hearings is how I got to talk to Rita the first time. I got to meet Rita. All of these people, Jen O'Donnell.
Yeah, same. I want to just say something about that too. Tom documenting like the first trial every morning, that is what made me have such care for and respect for the boots on the ground that were there. Watching them be so passionate that they made sure to be down there every morning. And Tom was there with his camera to film all that, to give to all of us. Without him doing all that, I wouldn't have seen that crowd. I wouldn't have seen all of them down there and gotten to like kind of know them a bit. So when I did start to get a lot more involved, I already felt like I knew what they were all about, and I felt very protective of them. Anytime I heard any shit from the jump, anytime I heard any shit, and I started to get to know them like right after. Well, I did a standout with them at Castle Island, got to know them a little better, and then there was the hearing right after the trial. I went to that. And then more time passed, more standouts, like the small one at the State House, and then the large one at the State House, and then attending hearings, and then hearings for ducks, and hearings for bumping bellies, and Aiden's hearings. Like I just threw myself into everything. And then it came to January, and then I basically had developed relationships with these people. Hey, sorry. I'm like, what?
All of them. To me, that whether I have opinions on anything that they've said or done or not has nothing to do with my overall opinion of them and what they have done. And they were the original people who inspired me.
Yeah.
And that's something that's never.
You would never call them scumbags, right? I don't think the Glare would ever call boots on the ground scumbags.
We're going to change. That's something that nobody's ever going to be able to take away from me, and that nobody's going to be able to criticize me for. I mean, you could criticize me if you want, but I don't give a shit. These people are the very first people to inspire me to do what I've been doing with this case, and I owe them that. And I'm not going to. I'm just not going to let anybody minimize that for me.
I think that's totally valid. Kim, were you going to say something? Coming in loud and hot, girl.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry. Just wanted to say, Claire, I appreciate you. And I never mean to, offend anybody or make anyone feel.
Ruh-roh.
We don't have to like the same people. You know, I mean,
So go ahead, Will. Sorry.
yeah, I don't think. I mean, anybody who gives Nurse Kim shit for getting along with anybody, that's on them. You know, that's their problem. Um, because I don't like. How do you criticize somebody for getting along with somebody? You know, I have my feelings about Sean. I stand by those feelings. I was never close to Sean, so you know, it's not the same thing as Nurse Kim. So you know, I'm not. I can't find any logical justification for anybody giving her a problem for talking to or getting along with whoever she talks to or gets along with.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. That's logical. And I feel like we're not dealing with the most logical people though. So I mean, what you do in uh, your personal conversations and who you befriend, that can be your world and your world only. It doesn't need to be aired to everyone, and not everyone needs to have an opinion on it. And if they do, God bless them for thinking they're Jesus's next coming. But I don't know what to tell you. I will say that I learned very quickly that if this case really means a lot to you, and I recognize there are people like with families that can't be there. I know that. But if this case and any of the others that involve Tully, Proctor, Berkowitz, Morrissey, all of the tools, then I would absolutely encourage you to reach out. And I'm more than happy to tell you about what I'm doing. I'm just going there, and I've told SD that I was looking for a
All right, so we're gonna take out people that like to fester on with the lies. Because I've already been through enough. So we don't need to continue with those defamatory things going around.
a location there to do something. But I guess a lot of people are just to show my appreciation. I think you guys are really great, especially the locals. And I know we do have a lot of locals here. So
Oh,
please don't stop what you're doing. I know it's about to get.
that cleared up what I was trying to talk about before with the whole why? Why does that man hate me so much? I think that was one of the reasons. But I know as soon as I came on the scene, like he just I also found an account that pretended to be him. So I don't know if he knows this, but there was a person that made an account back in like November of 2005 that had his first and last name. And this is something I recently found when I was looking up all this stuff. And I think, oh, why wouldn't it be an anti? I believe it was an anti. So that account was coming after me, but I don't have confirmation that it wasn't him. I think it wasn't his account, so but I think he needs to know that there was an account with his first and last name, his picture in November that was saying some doxing, lots of doxing happening with that account. So it was an account that was either doxing you, then doxing me. Dox, 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 dox. What do you think of that, duck? Quack, 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 duck, duck, dox, 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 quack, quack, quack. Or is it a bunny? You gotta get it right. It's hard. Duck. Bunny. Duck. We keep it a duck. Oh boy. Yeah. I mean, it's just, I like to just keep things as clear as they can be. So it's known that an account that was orange Kool-Aid and then became purple Kool-Aid had a problem with the boots on the ground going on Sean McDonough's, called them scumbags, and I stuck up for them. And from that point on, Paul hated me. Or purple Kool-Aid, whatever. And then in the summer, after the verdict, he did 3 2-hour spaces screaming about how much he hates me and how I'm just the worst person in his life. Okay. I think we just went through a roller coaster of many things. Wow. Wowie wow. Well, at least I keep it authentic around here because that's how I am. I'm a roller coaster. I went from coming in here all like happy to see all you guys, and then I think I cried. No tears rolled down, but I got that, that throat feeling when you're like, don't let it go. You don't need to ugly cry on here, but Jen Root, I love you. I know you're gonna keep on keeping on for your brother, and at the very least, you're keeping his name alive and his story alive. And I pray that you get justice. But I'm gonna go now. Yeah. I got to check out Real Housewives of Rhode Island, and it is what it is. Just first and foremost, love yourself. Take care of yourself mentally, physically. Get 30 minutes of walking in, get those steps. And I really am really grateful for you guys being here, for watching, being in the chat, for my mod Nanyasha business, for popping in. Yeah, and for the replay crew coming in after, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Please like, please sub, hit that bell for notifications. And I don't know when the next time I'll go, but I do have to say it feels good to just talk, get things out. And doing it without being hateful, doing it without trying to cause somebody else pain, speaking your experiences, and just sharing, because keeping it all in here doesn't serve anything. Either writing it in a journal, which I don't really like to do, so that's why I get on here, right? But just having girlfriends too, just to vent, and ones that you can trust, that those venting sessions will be kept to each other. That's why it's good. Go out to lunch. Okay? Just in person too, or on the phone. All right. Well, have a great rest of your Thursday, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Don't know when that's going to be. And I'll probably just go on without telling you, because that's how I do it. I am horrible at marketing myself. If that's why this channel isn't growing, that's on me. But it's also could be that people just don't like me, and that's okay too. I do this mostly for myself, to keep in contact with all of the people that have just been awesome, that are good human beings, because I don't foster hate here. I don't run on hate and drama here. And I think that attracts people that are also like that. And to know that those people are in my chat, even though somebody did come in here trying to start shit, that's okay too, because that happens in the real world. I just try to put out what I want in return, and I try to stay positive, and kind to others, and I hope that that rubs off on people as well. Because sometimes you need a positive commentator. If that's what I am. I don't even know what I am. But yeah. Roller coaster and craziness, but it's okay. Normal is boring. So love yourself, love your neighbor. Try to stay positive and do good things to yourself. If you're on X right now, probably take a break. Not really good stuff on there all the time. Dip in, dip out. And if you have a doggy, give it kisses for me. Also a kitty cat, any pet. All right. I have to go because I've already said that, and it's hard for me to hang up the phone with people too. All right. I'm hanging up now. You hang up too. I love you. Till next time, be good to each other, but always love yourself first. And long live Esther Reed. Bye.
So the reason for the stop is because you're keep veering off to the left, and then you're not stopping at the stop signs.
Yeah, sorry about that.
What are you visiting?
Yeah, I'm on tour.
What are you doing?
A world tour. I'm Justin Timberlake.
What's your name? All right.
By the way, these are like really hard tests.
So that's my friend in the back. He just got off stage. He's exhausted. He had a couple glasses of champagne. That's it.
Ma'am, he blew over the limit. We have to process
it. I do, but he's on a world tour. Tomorrow night, there's 20,000 people waiting for him in Toronto. Can't you let me take him to the hotel and write a ticket or something?
Mr. Timberlake, is Esty okay to drive your car home? Do you care if she takes your vehicle tonight? You okay with that? Okay, thank you. Okay, Esty, Miss